Hi, fourth grade writers. It's Mrs. Wilson here to do writing with you today. Happy Monday. We've been working on our active nonfiction, and now we've come to the point where we're beginning to put all of the pieces together. I'm so excited about what we have in store this week. Today, we're going to review our introductions, and we're going to look at building the body of it. And then Wednesday, we're going to look at a conclusion. I have an idea, a strategy, or a technique, if you will, for a powerful conclusion to wrap a story up the way we started so it comes full circle and our reader has an aha moment, or our reader is spurred into action as well. So I'm going to review just a little. And when we're writing today and Tuesday and Wednesday, don't worry about the spelling. Don't worry about the punctuation yet. I mean, pay attention to your periods, obviously, and your capitalization. But as you look at mine, you'll see I have a couple of words there that I want to double check the spelling of. And I might have gotten to moving my pencil faster than my brain. So I might have made some editing mistakes when you're writing in real life. And if you're going to present it to someone, you always have someone proofread for you. So there'll always be an editor around. Or when you get into college, you'll use Grammarly. You might even use that in high school. So right now, if we worry about punctuation and editing and all of that as we're trying to write, we might ruin a good idea. So just put all that to the side and just let the ideas and the words flow. It's active nonfiction, so we should be encouraging our readers to do just that, to join in on our action. So I'll show you mine so far and share some ideas with you, and hopefully that will be just the inspiration you need to finish your writing today and tomorrow. Now, I know some of you already have your piece written, and we need to add to it. Maybe add or maybe grow our introduction or grow our middle. So thinking of the strategies that you know, as I share mine with you, see if you can pick out what I've done. I'm going to write with my highlighter as we talk to point out some important facts or techniques that I used that you might want to implement as you rework and develop your story. This is just like a potter with clay, or whenever you play with Play-Doh, think about popping the top on that Play-Doh, pulling out the color that you've chosen, and it's just a shape. And you start working with it, and it gets warm in your hands, and you break some off and you put it to the side because you don't need that much. That's the place we are with our story today. That's the place where we are in writing this week. So let's go. Those of you that know me already know I love the beach. And as we gathered ideas, something that I felt confident in writing about was the beach. So all of you have chosen something that you're confident in writing about. I chose my sea turtles, and my place is New Smyrna Beach, Florida, because that's my favorite spot to go and find the sea turtles. You can find them in other places, but that's my personal favorite spot. When we've been there before, I've seen dolphin, I've seen manatee, and of course I've seen my sea turtles. And the advice I would talk about is how to protect the wildlife on the beach. Even though it's their natural habitat, there are a lot of predators on the beach for the wildlife, and I want to make sure that we as humans are not one of their predators in a negative way. Now, my introduction, I chose to start with a description and a question. How did you start yours? I started with a description and a question. Let me read it to you. No matter the weather, the beach is a beautiful place. The warmth of the sun, the sounds of the seagulls singing, mine, 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 the lullaby of the water lapping against the shore, following the crashing of the waves, salt water stinging my eyes or tickling my taste buds. The beach is a beautiful place. Have you ever stopped to think of the dangers sea life faces? So, what am I going to talk about next? Not even reading any further. What am I going to talk about next? I'm going to talk about the dangers. So, for me, I can put a topic right here, a subheading there. The dangers. Unfortunately, I'm continuing reading. Unfortunately, they face predatory dangers, natural dangers, and sadly, human dangers, to name a few. Predatory dangers are unavoidable. The predator-prey food chain is part of an animal's existence. Natural dangers, such as the deterioration, look, I can tell you right there, deterioration is misspelled. I need to fix that, but I'll worry about it later. The deterioration of the shoreline or the dangers of a hurricane cannot be avoided for sea life. Oftentimes, it's survival of the fittest. Human dangers are many, such as oil spills, construction, trash or debris, and sadly, a lack of respect for the wildlife. So now I'm narrowing it down, and that's the last one I said. So I'm going to talk about a lack of respect for the wildlife. Sometimes people don't even know. So I'm not preaching at them. I'm not yelling. I just want to inform them or make them aware. And all of us in our writing, we don't know whose eyes are going to read it. Don't think just because you're a kid, you can't make a difference. In fact, as you're writing, if you want to gather more information, Google possibly kids that have made a difference to help wildlife. I've never done it, but I think we should. Google that and see what's happened. Here comes my personal section. And I skip lines in between each section so that my brain knows, okay, I'm on another part. When I do my final draft, it'll look different, but my rough draft, this is what I like to do. So here I get personal. One year, while on vacation at New Smyrna Beach, Florida, the sea animals were really showing off. Dolphins made a daily appearance, jumping and playing off in the distance. One afternoon, a manatee and her calf swam right beside us out in the water. Honestly, at first, I thought it was Mr. Wilson trying to scare us in the water. And I put a little LOL. That little part right there brings out the voice. It makes it a personal story. It makes the reader kind of endear themselves to you. Somebody reading this, listening to this might think, oh, I remember playing in the water when something scared me. Or, oh, I remember playing in the water and I stepped on a jellyfish. Maybe your active nonfiction is a personal story of when you stepped on something that stung you. And so now you would encourage others to always wear water shoes when in the ocean. Who knows? But this is a little fun part that adds voice, and you can add voice when they're critiquing it and they say you need to add voice, a little personal, a little personality, something that represents playfulness or thoughtfulness. So your voice, your view, your opinion. All right, so right there. I thought it was Mr. Wilson trying to scare us in the water, LOL. But as they swam closer, we could see the beautiful creature swimming gently by. And that's a moment I'll never forget. Unfortunately, another creature chose to come a little too close. A loggerhead sea turtle late one night chose to dig a nesting place for her eggs right beside the stairs of our condo. All right, and see right there, I need to change that word, but I don't need to worry about it now. I'll fix it later. By the stairs of our condo. Here's where people become a danger. Beachgoers, get that light under there. Beachgoers use those steps every day, and there was a possibility of the nest being disturbed. The New Smyrna Beach turtle trackers studied the nest to determine whether or not they should move it. The night, and I skipped some lines because I might want to add some more in there. Sea turtle eggs are like squishy ping pong balls. They just look like squishy ping pong balls. And if a nest is near steps where people walk all the time, you cannot walk on that nest. But luckily, here at this condo, they had steps I can sketch. And I might add this sketch into my picture. Here's where and I'm not an artist, but here's the landing, and there were steps going down this side, and then there's steps going down this side. And she built her little nest, or big nest actually, right about there. And so the turtle trackers thought they could put their post up and rope it off, and it was far back enough from the ocean. So when we think about adding text features into our active nonfiction, and because that steps are simple for me to draw, I'll probably include that sketch there. So leave yourself some space. This is just a draft. It's a sketch. This is your writer's sketchbook. All right, so leave some space. Here comes the danger focus part. The night the nest was laid or dug, that's another thing I want to figure out, because sea turtles dig out and then lay their eggs. So I want to figure out exactly the right term. I might want to look that up. I heard people out on the beach. They were taking pictures. It was a beautiful night, but they were using their flash. And the turtle trackers think, say that fast, turtle trackers think. The turtle trackers think that is what attracted or distracted the mama turtle. She thought the flash was moonlight guiding her to the shore. That is a true human danger. So now I want to develop that and talk about that a little bit more in the body of my paper, because I know sea turtles depend on the moon to navigate themselves to shore so they can nest. Because mama sea turtles, they come in one night, they decide where it's safe, they think it's safest, it's still scary for them to come up. They make their way as far up on the shore as possible, because if they make their nest too close to the water, it's going to get washed away. Or seagulls are going to dig down and eat those eggs. Seagulls love to eat those eggs. A lot of predators love to eat those raw sea turtle eggs. So I'm going to decide what distractions, what human dangers. I'm going to stay focused. That's really important. Stay focused to the human dangers. I'm going to focus on the lighting. All right. Maybe some of you have been to a condo on the beach before, or a hotel on the beach, and you see they say to please pull your blinds at dusk or when the sun goes down, because they don't want all the lights from the condo to distract the sea turtles. But maybe what we don't realize is that cell phones can distract the sea turtles. Flashlights out on the beach can distract the sea turtles. When humans go out to do some nighttime fishing or some crabbing with nets, I mean, we've all done that for fun. Many of us have. But maybe we need to think more about that mama sea turtle out there in the water, waiting to find the perfect dark spot to trust the moon, because that precious sea turtle doesn't know about iPhones and flashlights. We need to try and protect them. So maybe there's some guidelines we could establish to help the sea turtles even more than just the condo lights. I do know that's a thing, but maybe we need, and pool lights, they turn them away from the water. So I'm going to today develop this middle a little bit more, but I'm going to stay very focused. So if I need to refer to a reference or a resource, I can do that and build this middle body part. And this will be like my last little part before I do my conclusion on Wednesday. We've built our sentences like here. I started talking about the nest and then the lights distracting and how that's a human danger. Right? So that's what you're writing your body in paragraph. Each paragraph is that way sentence. And that closing sentence, when it's in the middle, needs to lead like your bridge to your next, to your opening sentence, your 3 supporting details, your bridge to the next. your opening sentence, your 3 supporting details, your bridge to the next. That's a basic outline. Now you can strengthen that, you can develop that. That's where your personal writing technique comes in. I need to encourage you, please make sure you have your writer's spiral and a place that you're keeping this. I know some of you that I had before wrote on just a piece of paper, and that was okay, but we needed you to get your journal and we needed you to get your spiral, especially your spiral. If you don't have your journal yet, that's okay. That's where our seed stories come from, but you need your spiral, right? Make sure you have your spiral to be writing these stories in, because that way we can go back to them. We never lose them. It's like an artist and their sketchbook. Okay. So today, enjoy strengthening the body of your story. You have your introductions, and I know a few of you have actually finished, but go back and see, do I have a good introductory sentence for each paragraph? Do my details support that sentence? Am I staying focused? Is there a place in there that I could do a little sketch to help the reader see what I'm talking about? All right. Now, what we would like you to do, because you have so many teachers now, it's so much fun. So your online teachers, I made a list right here. So today, let me get it in line for you. Today, build your paragraphs and review your introduction. And then probably Tuesday, right? Because good writing takes time. It's like cooking something wonderful in the oven and savoring the smells. By Tuesday, submit your draft to us. The sooner you submit your draft, the sooner that we can read over it and we can give you some individual ideas on how to help it grow even more, and we can brag on the wonderful things that impress us. So please make sure in Seesaw, record yourself reading your draft to us so we can listen and pick out the parts, so we can listen and pick out your introductory sentence, so we can listen to say, oh, wow, they opened with a beautiful description. Oh, wow, that was a great question to get the reader thinking. And we can analyze your writing and then help you grow your writing. And Wednesday, we'll focus on our conclusions. Send us a picture of it so we can zoom in and see your actual writing too. This is writing, so we absolutely need to see it. All right, have a great time. Think about the sea turtles, and we look forward to hearing more of your active nonfiction as we work towards publication. Have a great Monday. Bye.